Schwab. Hello, St. Lucia. This is Dr. Kathleen Walls. And I just feel so special. I hadn't even thought about that. 7 times French, 7 times English, 7 times me.
That's right.
I love it. 777. Those are lucky numbers right
That's
there.
Right. That's right. A special number.
I was just listening to the last song that was Shania Twain, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
And she was saying, basically, look at how we've made it, look how far we've come. And just listening to those words and thinking about where we were last year, where we had our first PIFF, and where we are this year, look at how far we've come from 1 day of movies to 4 days of movies. And we easily could have gone 2 and 3 more days. We had so many wonderful events, starting with opening night on Wednesday at the cinema, and we say a big thank you to Creative Industries in the government who was able to secure the cinema for us. And we had several Lucian filmmakers that were highlighted throughout the festival, from music videos to shorts to documentaries, as well as to full feature films. And as Brother Mo just said, we had people, Lucians, that heard the call and came back from the States. Phil Nessie came from New York. Demetrius Charles of Ascension came back from New York. Kamaya Lizette, aka Princess Kamaya, came from the UK, was sent from the High Commissioner of the UK to MC the event. And we thank the High Commissioner, Dr. Hilaire, for providing that way for her to come home. And it's just amazing the response that we received from last year, where it was, a little pitter-patter, so to speak, and people saying, we haven't heard about it, to having close to, if not over 100 people on opening night, and standing room only for the other events that took place, right?
That's right. Also, we have to say that we had people coming who's never been to St. Lucia.
Oh yes, we had several people who had never come to St. Lucia before.
Hi, so we're here with
Ayo Robinson.
and she's leading actress in Ascension, one of the films we're going to see today. Tell us about your role in Ascension and how you found it.
Well, I've worked with Demetrius and Courtney before, and in theater. And so Demetrius wrote this script and called me up and said, I have a role for you. And I was all the way in California, and I said, yes, please. And flew across the country and spent a few months in New York shooting film.
You play the lead role,
I
is
did,
that right?
yeah.
How was it for you?
It was great. It was an amazing experience. It's my first feature-length film, so I learned a lot. And and the differences between film and theater, it felt really good. It's like really good exercise as an actress to tone down everything from the stage for the camera. It was so that was a lot of fun, and always a blast to work with friends. So.
Yeah. How long have you been acting for?
Since school, since I was a little kid. I loved it. My parents, my mom and my older sister, she's 9 years older than me, they used to watch the soap operas on TV, and I wasn't allowed to watch them, so I would kind of creep up the steps and just be able to listen, and I think that influenced me a lot, just that people were so captivated, and that they were so connected with characters. I really liked that, and I really wanted to move people, either in a positive way or bring them to tears or whatever that was. That's where a power trip is, in front of the camera, That's
what was most challenging for you working on this specific project with him?
I would say the content of the piece, because it's very heavy, and there's a certain scene where I had to pull a lot of emotion, and it was just me. So there was no other actor to feed off of, and it was just this, it just had to come from raw emotion and raw experience. And we had to shoot that scene once, and then we actually had to do it again. So going back to do it twice, having to go there, it was really difficult. So I would just say the content of it, just the places that I had to go in my own mind to get the work across was hard.
And now that you've done a feature-length film, I mean, you said that your theater is like what you've been doing.
I love theater, I love because you can just, you go on and that's it. Like once you leave the wings, you are that character and there's no going back,
right.
So, but.
So how do you theater or film? Which are you into, both, or where?
You know, both. I have a huge respect for both of the mediums, and I do appreciate that film can reach a lot more people. So that I really do appreciate, because I've grown up abroad, and so I have friends all over the world, and it's, you know, I know that this is a whole global community, and theater is just very limited. But I do love that raw impact of theater as well.
And having that audience, right?
And having the audience right there. Yep.
And St. Lucia.
St. Lucia.
How has your experience been since you've been able to travel with your team to be here?
I love it. I mean, that is so much fun. Traveling with people from the cast and with Demetrius, like that is just, it's been a joy. St. Lucia is beautiful and hot, and I love it. And I love the ocean. And it reminds me of Tanzania, where I spent 9 years of my childhood. So it's making me a little homesick.
Aww.
Yeah.
Welcome. You can come here anytime.
Thank you.
Yes.